What's up, Internet? Welcome to Play It Painted Live. We're going to get set up here. Just another fun evening here for us. So I always have to look that way because my computer's over there. So we're getting to it. I know. Hold on, man. Okay. One sec. Whew. Get the heater on right now and it's hot, dude. All right. So let's get us caught up here. Hope you guys are having a good Saturday evening. Mine has been okay so far, but we're gonna work on the cool stuff now, right? Because I can't really say that we have worked on cool stuff. Like, look at this, check it out, man. Like, were you guys watching this last night? The elephants. Oh! So we got the elephants done. We got the pandas done. We got the Snackmans done. All the troops for the Celestials are done. We just need to work on leaders and specialists. And I gotta be honest with you, I want to get a game in tomorrow. So I want to work on what I'm planning on fielding. So, hey, what's up, Tiger1327, man? What's up? Yeah, elephants are cool shit. Anyway, yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. Tonight we're going to work on what I plan on fielding because I want to try sneaking a game tomorrow before the Super Bowl. We're going to try. All right, so we're working on we're going to work on Hu Ren here. Hu Ren! We're going to work on him because he's dope, and I think I've been looking at the specialists, and I gotta make a hard decision here. Either I paint these two guys, the tricksters, which I think are awesome, and probably the most useful. But then, man, but like the choices are, they're just too. Look at these guys. These are awesome. Maybe not as useful as the tricksters, but good nonetheless. Or something a little, or quite different from the other ones. It's going to be this guy here, Ka-Ren. Are they brothers? Are they brothers? Ka-Ren and Hu-Ren? Zaken, I don't know. Zaken, he's the archer man's. So that would actually give Shelhan some archer ability, which is kind of cool. That said, he's going to take the bench, okay? So I think after some deliberation, and don't forget, like, man, don't forget, we are passing up the triple monkey samurais, okay? I'm going to apologize for that. No monkey samurais. I mean, they look good, and I probably will turn around and say, oh, this is the better buy at the end of the day, but I got to treat myself, man. I gotta do the cool. I gotta do the cool thing, okay? So this is our charge tonight, okay? This is what we're working on. Paint them all. Senior Dragon USA. What's up, man? What's up, Board Game Maelstrom? Dude, I'm so guilty. I need to see your unboxing. I did not see your unboxing, and it's I need to do that, but we'll get to it. I was going to start the feed a little earlier, but I promised somebody I would help find some minis for them or whatever. So, oh shoot. I need to get my fancy water. Hold on one sec, guys. Do you know who this is, Octave? I have no idea who this is. 1 second. 1 second. I'll be right back. Okay. We're still here, right? Right. Okay. Good. See, like you guys can, there's face cam, so you guys can see what the hell I'm doing. Sort of. You can't really see all of it, but you can sort of. Oh, hey, man. What's up, Paul? What up, man? You're on Twitch? What are you, young? This is a young man's platform, man. You're supposed to be on YouTube. Just kidding. Anyways, what's going on, man? Long time. I'm going to drink some harmless coconut water because I'm trying to be good. I'm probably going to go back to Diet Coke in a minute here. And I need to quit that. I need to quit that nonsense. But yeah. No, good to see you, man. I see your Facebook stuff once in a while. I see a lot of like cool roller skating shit. I'm like, oh, that's kind of dope. I like that roller skating stuff. But yeah, good to see you. Welcome to the feed. All right. So we're gonna get to the damn business here, and yes, I think this is what I'm gonna field. Tiger Guy, and probably one of these guys. All right. So, if you're just joining us, welcome to Play It Painted Live. Let us know what you're painting or what you should be painting. You can see what I'm about to paint, and it's cool. I'm excited. We're so close to finishing enough Celestials to get on this and field them and have fun and that kind of stuff. I'm amped, man. This is a totally different army. And the one thing I was like throwing around all my minis tonight, and I'm like, dude, the one issue I'm gonna have right now is storage. Storage is just the bane of my existence. I went through, no kidding, I went through 10 KR boxes tonight. And I was like, oh, okay, I can try to fit my Celestials in here. Or I could try to do this with them. It's gonna be a mess, dude. But we're getting there, right? Let's hope I don't have to do a massive clean on my airbrush. Should be alright. Should be alright. So Paul, you doing? I mean, do you even do miniatures gaming anymore? I didn't even know. Like, are you still in the gaming scene, or do you is like what's the deal these days? What's up? All right. No, you just came to talk to me and hang out and watch me paint a bunch of shit, which is cool. I totally like that. Oh, I hope that's gonna work. Oh yeah, we're good. All right. The wee is killing me on this track. You got a crap load of minis that need painting. Don't we all? That's why my question is always, let us know what you're painting or what you should be painting. Because if you're not painting and you're watching this channel, you should be painting. And you know you should be painting. You know it. Let's get over the shit, people. You know you should be painting. Hey, what's up, Cobalt? Welcome to the feed. I did a little announcement on YouTube tonight. Like, hey, come watch on the other channel, because I was about to fire up the YouTube, the old school style, and I just remember my feed from earlier in the week, and it was like, man, the video was just so chop. It was not good, so couldn't do it. I'm not dumping YouTube. YouTube is gonna host some specific things. I'm still gonna do a weekly paint show on YouTube. But it's, you know, it's definitely not optimal. But I can't abandon YouTube entirely, because YouTube allows me to do cool stuff. Like I can shoot the show with my son, that he is really amped over. Like, he wants to do more painting on the show. Discord. I'll load it up. I think I'm on it, but I'm not in the the chat, the on-air section right now. You need to learn how to use your airbrush better. So do I. Don't we all? I'll tell you what I do for airbrushing. I spray things. And hopefully it works. That's kind of what we go for, right? So we're gonna do some priming here. Ooh. I have a feeling I'm gonna have to shut the door to this room because that's pretty loud. And I know I got babies trying to sleep, so one sec. Let's take care of that. Now here's something interesting. I didn't know this was a thing. I was watching a video that's kind of critical of like Twitch streamers, and you know how Twitch streamers we're all kind of whores, right? Like oh, please support my channel and give them my Patreon and all this stuff, right? I didn't realize that it was a tactic for some of the Twitch streamers to get up and get shit during their feed because their camera, like, you catch their ass or something when they're getting up. Like, man. So don't think I'm throwing that tactic at you, like, oh, how about a little of this? Like a little of that? That's funny. Someone will send like 10 bytes my way, 10 bits or whatever they're called. Oh, he stood up. We got to see his man shorts. Was that too much information? Is it too much? Just be glad I'm not shooting this show in my underwear, man. Please don't. I use it to base coat and prime. Yeah, Twitch streamers are whores, especially at Play. Yeah, Play Painted is a full-blown whore. He's a shill. People only tune into his show for that ass, basically. We know what's up. I tune in for substance, right? I look at Play It Painted for the articles. Alright. He's so dope. I love this guy. Man, I'm freaking amped to paint this stuff. It's so good. So good. Alright. I missed a spot? I did, didn't I? Shit. I'll get it, though. I know I missed this spot. I always do. I go so damn fast with the priming. Make with the priming paint guy. I love this model because he's one piece. He's just Fox, dude. Anyways, hope you guys are having a good Saturday evening. I had a pretty good Saturday. Pretty fun. Basically, all I did today was I got up. My wife had an appointment to get her hair did. And I took the boys to Knott's Berry Farm. And, like, there was literally a moment this morning where, like, a little tear, like, a little bit of that daddy pride came through, right? Because, like, we were talking about, while Mama was getting ready, I was like, you know, I was going back and forth with my 4-year-old. Hey, well, here's what we're going to do today. And all this stuff. And I said, you know, we got to eat lunch, too, before we head out. You know, we got to go get something for lunch. And I'm like, what do you want for lunch? You want to stop at this place? You want to stop at that place? And he says to me, Daddy, I want the fried chicken place at Knott's Berry Farm. And I was like choked up. because fried chicken is a beautiful thing. I love fried chicken. I will always love fried chicken. I will never apologize for eating fried chicken. Fried chicken and waffles is my jam. Like it's like a if there was a religion based on me, fried chicken and waffles would be the holy food of that religion, okay? And this, if you have not had the fried chicken place, the chicken dinner place at Knott's Berry Farm, I think it's called Mrs. Knott's Chicken Country Kitchen. I don't even know what it's called. It's just called, I just call it Fried Chicken Amazing, right? They have amazing fried chicken there. Amazing fried chicken. They don't serve it with waffles. That's kind of a shame, but you could at least get the chicken. The chicken's amazing. And the fact that my son remembered, because I hadn't taken him to that chicken place in some time, like almost a year, but he was like, Daddy, I really like that fried chicken place. And I was like, me too, son. Me too. And it's just heart welling with pride. Like, that's my boy. I'll be honest with you. Like, I take my boys to Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles in Anaheim, and I've never taken my wife. Like, I don't take her, but I've taken the boys. And she knows that. She's like, where did you take the boys for dinner? Like, I took them to Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles because I like that. She's like, I want to go to Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. I'm like, you always miss it. You always miss it. And the reason why she misses it is because she works in Anaheim, right? And so, like, there, you know, back when she used to teach drama and she used to do the play, it'd be like, hey, mommy's going to do the play. And I used to bring the boys by so that, you know, usually because, you know, she was breastfeeding. She'd be breastfeeding, and I need to bring the boys up there so she can feed them. And but we would always eat too, and so I'd bring them up there, and we would do that, and we would have Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. And so she was always, you know, working. She was always doing the play when that happened. So we didn't really get to do much of that. Yeah, my boy's 4 year. I have a 4-year-old and a 1-year-old, dude. I got little Octave clones. And if you don't think they're clones, like, look at pictures of them. They're like clones, man. Anyway. Alright. Let's get... Whoop. I just jumped away from me. Luckily, that wasn't the color I wanted. Anyway, if you're just joining us, welcome to Play It Painted Live. Let us know what you're painting, what you should be painting tonight. We're painting some characters and we're painting a leader and a pair specialist for my Shailhan Celestials army. That's a good color, but that's not what I want. Is that? I know it's up here. I know it's up here. Why isn't it here? Like, this is my the way I arranged the paints is a travesty. I know, and it eats up a lot of time during our evening when we're painting. It's like, oh shit, Octave has to go find another paint again. Well, how long is it gonna be before he finds that paint? Or he just gives up and uses a color that is close enough, and he says, nah, never mind. Which is probably what I'm gonna end up doing, because I'm too lazy to look for. I don't want that color. I pulled the same color twice. Why do I do that? Whatever. Anyway. Yeah, let's just do black. That's not a bad color to do, but that's wrong. How about you? You are the color. I found the actual color. I found the other color. My kids are all older. Oh, nice, Cobalt. Almost done with the Massive Darkness. The other day, I ended up buying a board game to paint. And I won't tell you what it is yet because I'm a bastard. Because I'm going to start painting it first, and then we can talk about it. But it was with the intention that I'm probably not going to keep it. I'm probably going to paint it up, play a couple of games of it on the channel, and then turn it back over. Why does this guy need such a vented backpack is what I don't understand. I have questions. But yeah, so we went to that fried chicken place at Knott's. And then ironically, right after we went to the other side of the park to feed chickens. Because that's what my son wanted to do. He wanted to eat chickens and then feed chickens. Sounds like something very much I would be into as a little kid. The whole, you know, cycle of life thing. Are you zenithal shading? I am. Really kind of mild. Man, I love this sculpt so much. It's just so damn cool. Such a damn cool sculpt. I have about 24 left that is half done each. What the crap? Batch paint? Yeah, they were trying to, the mod was trying to censor your comment there, Cobalt. Patch painting is a bitch. What angles do you do different colors at? Well, in this case, I'm going to do a simple, just kind of, this is just kind of a simple blue-gray over black. Because these colors, these minis are going to be winter themed, so there's not going to be too much actual, like, color transition here, at least on the priming phase. But you do want to focus a lot of the light towards the top of the model, right? So, and then you can go lighter if you want, but you definitely want like white there around the face and towards the top of the model, right? Automod was all over my ass last night. Was it really? I was so busy just talking mess last night. I probably missed like half your comments because all right. Okay. So what's interesting is these three models. One of the other cool reasons I did this is they're not dissimilar in their pattern, right? They're all kind of orangey brown, and then we're gonna go with that. What I'm just calling it raw jade. That's my armor scheme that I'm going with this army. So I want their armor to kind of give you that cold, like wintry feel, but specifically jade, like it was. You know, like it's just cut jade that's not polished. sounds like a load of bullshit, doesn't it? It just sounds like a crock of shit coming out of my mouth. I get that. All right. Maybe making that last part. Are you trying to figure out how to get the voice to work? Oh, you're still trying to figure out how to get... I thought you were able to use that on our Discord server. I thought you were. Fell asleep watching last night. I would too, man. That shit was boring. That shit is boring. All right. So I need like kind of a yellowish brown undertone. And so I'm going to go with mud brown as is kind of the undertone for the skin here. And it's going to serve some of the gold detail of the armor. Like the little lion, the little tiger faces here will be gold. The hilt of the sword will be gold. So this should work. You downloaded Discord but don't know how to use it yet. Yeah, you know, I downloaded Discord months ago because one of my viewers, Darth Torlin, told me, hey man, like if you want to get in on Twitch, you know, you should be on Discord and you should talk to some of the other people on Discord. And he's right. He's absolutely right. I haven't built the discipline around doing Discord much yet, you know? Freaking love. Did I mention I love this sculpt? Like, I love this freaking sculpt. It's so good. General and on air. Oh, it depends. I mean, I'm not on there right now because I'm just kind of doing. It's too distracting and people are talking to me like voice while I'm airbrushing. So I kind of learned like I don't want to turn that on for unless. At this point, I want to kind of only use that for when we're doing like more open discussion stuff, and then also like. God, I'm being a dick already, but like, I think it's fair to let, you know, subscribers kind of have their. I'm gonna set up an area for subs to get on there. Because I do want to have like some open discussions with people. I think it would be cool if we discussed like specific topics and that kind of stuff. So I'll open that up in a little bit, but right now I kind of want to concentrate on. I don't even really need to do this, do I? Yeah, it doesn't make much sense for me to do this. But you can see, I like to hear himself talk. I do, man, I do. You know, fun fact here, SR Dragon used to be on our feed when it was called Play It Painted Live, like years and years and years ago. He was like one of the regular guys that hopped on, and we would just always just talk trash on that show. A great show. I missed that. It was fun that we had like we used to have like 4 or 5 people on in that hangout. And, you know, we'd bring up a topic that was kind of related to Malifaux or miniature gaming or whatever. You just kind of throw it around. That was fun. Those were fun days. How'd your elephants turn out? I'll show you in a minute. War Machine bashing. Oh yeah, that's right. We used to make fun of War Machine all the damn time on that show. And it was because like the whole, I don't know. I always thought Page 5 was the coolest and the funniest thing that was in wargaming at that time. You know, like play like you got a pair. Like it was so like, yeah, you better play like you got a pair. And you know, it just reminded me of like tap out guys, like UFC guys, like play like you got a pair. And I'm like, you guys aren't UFC. You guys are War Machine players. You're War Machine players. Like, it's not a thing. I get what they're saying, and I really liked it actually. I like that message. Like, you know, don't worry about that. You know, the guy across from you is gonna try to trounce you, and go into the game with that expectation, and you're gonna have fun. I totally get that, and I love that. Like, I love that honesty. You can't even say that anymore, you know, because we're not. People think that was like misogynistic. Like, don't say it like you got a pair, because it makes the women feel like, really. Really? I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just my specific environment, but when I hear the words like sack up and do something, or you know, show some balls, 9 times out of 10 I hear it from a woman. I don't hear it from a man. Like, men are like, yeah, whatever. I mean, men will say, yeah, just be a man and do your thing. I get that. But I still don't see, like, I don't know. I don't really see what the, I guess I don't see it as big an issue with it. But what do I know? Yeah, my wife says that shit all the time. She's like, you know what? Those dudes need to, she'll say that, like, these dudes need to sack up and be men and do their thing. My wife is in the middle of, she's having like an introspective moment right now. I'll tell you a little bit about it. I don't know. I bet if she ever gets like bored enough, she might actually pop on the feed and talk to us about it. But we were talking this morning. We got to talking this morning just about stuff in general, like education, the educational system, and all this stuff, right? Real annoying shit, annoying political shit to talk about. And we were talking about it, and I forget how it comes up, but I'm like, yeah, you know, I was watching this thing, this interview with Jordan Peterson. Oh, you need to go do something? All right, see you in a bit. I was, you know, and I told her, like, yeah, I was watching this interview with this Jordan Peterson guy and Kathy Newman, right? And some of you guys know what this is, some of you don't. But if you don't know who Jordan Peterson is, essentially he's a psychology professor from the University of Toronto. He's a clinical psychologist, and he's most well known for you know, being in opposition to the Canadian C-16 bill, which basically was a bill that that was regulating speech and hate speech, and specifically there were specific provisions in there for, like, you know, misgendering somebody. That, you know, if you misgendered somebody, that the law could hold you accountable for that. And, you know, Jordan Peterson was the guy that said, well, wait a minute, you shouldn't compel speech that way. That's contrary to free speech, and then and he was labeled a transphobe and a bigot and all this other stuff by the media. And there's a lot of people that come and protest his talks and all this kind of stuff. But I will submit to you that he does offer. He offers a counterpoint. He offers a counter narrative to an issue that is very, very sensitive, and is very much in the mainstream eye. But it's, in my opinion, the emotions tied to this issue do not allow people on either side at times to be able to look at this objectively. That's my honest take on it, right? It's like because there are some really, really cogent points on both sides of this type of discussion, right? There's some very cogent points, and Jordan Peterson kind of he kind of took a stand here and said, this type of restriction on speech might be grounded in the right, in the right sort of feeling and reason, but ultimately it's not a good path for our society to take, right? So anyways, he gets interviewed on the Channel 4 news, which Channel 4 in the UK, it's kind of like, you have the 3 BBC channels and then you have Channel 4. So Channel 4 is like a major network there in the UK, and he got interviewed by Kathy Newman, who's like she's like a prominent journalist over there. She's a staunched, unabashed feminist, progressive-minded, the whole thing, right? And they have this interview that lasts, I think it's like a 40 minute interview, right? And pretty much no matter where your stand is on it, Peterson actually comes out looking very, very good after this interview. Like he presents his points very well. He has to kind of adeptly dodge the amount of straw manning and some of the tactics that Kathy Newman is using during the interview. And, it comes out as being like a kind of a win for the counter narrative, right? Because he's like, here's finally somebody that's saying, well, wait a minute, here's all this stuff that the mainstream believes, and but let's actually take an objective look at it, and let's take things apart, right? Let's consider things critically, which is, a sentiment that has, in recent years, really kind of been, shut down, frowned upon, deplatformed. You guys know the whole deal there. So I kind of mentioned it to my wife, and she was like, okay, that sounds interesting. I'll go listen to that, right? So she goes to her hair appointment, and she's got the thing on. She goes across the street to go get sushi, and she's got it on, right? She's watching on YouTube, and this guy comes up to her, and he goes, so what you watching? Oh, God. And here it comes, right? So what you watching? And she tells him, like, oh, yeah, my husband was telling me about this, and I wanted to check it out for myself and all this other stuff, right? And this guy kicks off a conversation with her, and they start talking about politics, and they start talking about all kinds of stuff, right? Feminism, they talk about DACA. I'm like, damn, you gotta be careful having conversations like that in public in Southern California, right? You gotta be careful. If you don't, it's almost the same thing as, let's say if you were around during the 1980s and you were talking in a part of the country like the Bible Belt or something, and it would almost be like, what are you watching? Let's just flip this whole thing and make an analogy out of it. They would be like, well, what are you reading, right? And maybe you're reading like a prominent atheist voice at the time. Maybe you're reading, something by Richard Dawkins. Maybe you're reading something by, I forget the guy's name. God is not great. The guy, you know, he was like a famous comedy writer, but also like really, really sharp, kind of a philosophy guy. It's kind of like that these days, but for the left, right? Like in the 80s, it was the hyper religious right, and it was religious rule. So you couldn't, like in the 80s, it was very taboo to talk about homosexuality. It was very taboo to talk about uh, uh, homosexuality, drugs, prostitution, um, uh, birth outside of wedlock. It was very taboo to talk about abortion. Uh, Basically, everything that today is considered kind of center. Christopher Hitchens, perfect. Thank you. Thanks, Kurt Crow. It would be like that, right? Put yourself in that setting, and you're sort of being outed as somebody that's for the counter narrative, right? It's kind of like that. Like, you got to be careful. You got to pick your spots. You know, you can't just go out in public and be like, oh, Jordan Peterson, because people out here will lose their freaking minds. They were like, oh my God, you're a transphobe. I don't like you. You're a bad person. Like, without even considering anything. It just, you know, I read about him on BuzzFeed and they said awful things and, you know, and all this stuff. So she was watching that interview and she was really kind of taken aback by the whole thing, because it's like, wow, here's somebody, and, you know, my wife we were joking about this morning that like 10, 15 years ago, we were dyed in the wool, hardcore liberal, right? Like, yeah, gay marriage, and, you know, let's legalize marijuana, and let's, you know, and let's well, women's reproductive rights and all this other stuff, and you know, fight for individual choice. That was us 10 years ago, and the thing is, our views haven't changed. You know, we still believe in all of that. What's changed is the tactics and the dogma around the quote-unquote liberal progressive position. That's changed, because it's like, well, no, individual choice, not a good thing anymore. Like, what are you talking about? And, you know, and especially with my wife, like I said, she's a dyed-in-the-wool feminist. She was like, you know, like, hey, you know, my body, my choice, right? But all this other shit, like what we were talking about last night, about, you know, feminists doing slut walks and then actively leading the charge on slut shaming and removing choices from fellow women and saying, no, you can't have this job where, you know, you're sexy and provocative, and you can't do that. It's not your choice. You can't do that. And you're like, and, you know, my wife is she's starting to see this stuff and going, I don't agree with that. That's not what we stood for. That's not classic liberal ideology. That's not individualism. She's starting to wake up to it, and you know, and I'm telling her too, like, hey, that was feminism and a lot of the movements that we were for in the 90s, in the 80s and the 90s. Those were co-opted by Marxists, and the Marxists are now saying, no. It's not about individual choice. This is about group, and this is about group and identity politics. This is about, you belong to this group, therefore you behave this way, and you interact with other groups this way. And it's the most disgusting ideology I think I can think of. It's horrifying. Like, it does not for 1 second respect the rights of the individual. It does not recognize individual sovereignty. But the thing is, they're still protected by the label. They're still protected by a label that is pro equality and pro you know, rights for all, and all of this. And that's the thing. It's like, that's what the thing that people in the counter narrative, I think that we understand. It's like, they're the people in the middle that are still backing them are the people that haven't yet seen the other side of what they're saying. You know what I mean? They're the people that are still backing them haven't heard, the people that are still backing like hardcore feminism are the people who have not read Bell Hooks, or the people that have not heard Anita Sarkeesian's talk about, how individual feminism is not true feminism. And you're like, word? It's not. It's awful. Like, like, don't sign me up for that. So, yeah. So, anyways. So she's just kind of like opening up to all this stuff, and she's watching Peterson, and she's kind of getting blown away by this guy, and she's like, no, he's saying some very reasonable things, and it's kind of, it's like being red pilled. It's like you're kind of seeing what's going on, and all the while she's doing this guy is like, hey, well, have you watched this guy, or do you watch this? And like, basically all the kind of like the anti SJW shit that you see on YouTube. Which, I watch a lot of that shit too. But I'm not saying I like it all. Or, you just watch it. Sometimes you're like, okay, good point. Other times you're like, what the hell's your problem? You don't have to agree with all of it. But here's the thing. This guy kept pressing my wife. He kept pressing her for, like, her beliefs and her attitudes and stuff. And it's like, it's like anybody else that's in the center. You're going to be liberal on some stuff. You're going to be conservative on other stuff. It's just, I call it being a normal fucking person, right? You don't sign up for a brand and stick with that brand. You look at the issues individual and you say, no, I fall here and I fall here. And you don't vote for the same Republican or the same Democrat every election. Like, you're a person that makes up their own mind. I know, it's weird shit. Weird, awful stuff in 2018. People freak out like, how can you vote for another side? It's religion. It is. It's religion for both sides. And if you're hardcore left and you don't see that you practice religion, guess what, bitch? You do. Like, you are religious. Welcome. You know what I mean? You worship something. And especially if you're like a Bill Maher type. Like, that guy goes on about how anti-religious he is. And bitch is like the most religious dude. He just will blindly follow the narrative right down the rabbit hole into the fire. You know what I'm saying? Like if you firmly believe that one side has it right 100% and the other side has it wrong 100%, yeah, dude, you're in church. Like, you just tune it in. You're a sheep, man. You can't figure things out on your own. You just like give up. Sorry, like turn it in. Like this should be a great time for you, because this day and age everybody's trying to make up your mind for you. So, congratulations. You don't actually have to be a person anymore. But anyways, back to, I know I keep like just flip-flopping. I'm all over the place. And I can't find my damn color once again. But like, so all this is going on, and this guy is like grilling her on her beliefs. He's like grilling her, and she feels like, whoa, like calm down, dude. And he's getting a little frustrated with her because, she's saying some of the things that he wants to hear, and she's saying some other things that he doesn't want to hear. That's called conversing with another fully formed human adult. I know, shocker. You guys are going to disagree with some shit I say. I'm going to disagree with some shit you say. Yeah, it's called being people. And some people don't, a lot of people these days don't understand that. It's like, oh, well, and this is where it gets disgusting. It's like I was saying last night, like, well, if you're black, you better vote for this candidate. If you're white, you gotta like this candidate. If you're a male, you gotta like this candidate. If you're a female, you gotta like this candidate. That is some disgusting shit, man. Like, that needs to not be a thing. I'm expecting this to end, and that's why I bought some Space Marines. Hey, what's up, Bitheron? Welcome to the feed. I'm just telling a little story here, so bear with me. So he starts grilling my wife, and she's she's able to parry and joust, and and maneuver herself in this conversation and stand up to this guy. And she's telling me about it today, and we're going over some details because at first he says he's not married. He doesn't have a ring on. I'm painting. I'm sorry. I don't wear my ring while I'm painting. Right? Love you, baby. But I'm not. Anyways, so at first he says he's not married. He's not wearing a ring. As they get to talking, oh, I am married. I'm married to a Filipino woman. This is a white guy, like a bald white dude. Who she admitted, was reasonably attractive looking. Maybe not her type, whatever. But, he's continuing on. He's like pressing on with this conversation with her. And she starts, at the end of it, they went through and they kind of go over where they're at and all this other stuff. But at the end of it, she felt kind of bad. She's like, what kind of exchange did we have? She was really kind of like trying to take it all in. And I told her, like, I felt that was a good thing. First thing I told her was, I was like, no, that dude was married. That dude was married. Like, that dude does have a wife. He just said he did. And he doesn't wear a ring. I don't know. If I were to just be a jerk and overanalyze it, I could say maybe he's one of those guys that doesn't really respect his marriage and doesn't care to wear a ring out in public, and wants to hit on chicks. And was this guy hitting on my wife? Yeah, absolutely he was. Yes, he was. Saw a cute girl. She's watching something that he sort of agrees with, and he's into it, right? He's in. He wants to know more. He wants to get up all in that, right? So, she felt kind of bad about it, and I'm like, yeah, well, here's a guy. If we're right about him, if what we're saying is right about him, then yeah, this guy's a piece of trash. And believe it or not, no matter what side you are on any issue, there's going to be trash on either side. There's going to be trash on either side, right? You can't. That's the whole thing with this whole side shit. Is like, if you're on a side, you're on the side with somebody who's kind of trash. That's just part and parcel, But it was really kind of cool. I thought that, and I told her, like, look, there could be a lot of positives in what you did today because, this guy, if he is who we think he is, oh, I disagree. I totally agree with you. Do you run cleaner through the airbrush between paint changes? I do not. I run water, or just pour a little water in there. I use a little brush, kind of just shake the excess paint off the needle, get that loose, dump the top half of it, put a little bit more water in it so that like all the solid is basically gone, and I just kind of shake more solid off the needle, dump that, and get to a point where I'm shooting clear water again, right? I don't run cleaner through it. I used to do that. Cleaner can often wear your seals down too quickly. So I keep it simple, man. I just run water through. And there's other little tips too, like I don't ever fill into the bowl. I just fill the chamber. Like, I don't put much in there. I just fill into the chamber. That's me. But here, like I was saying, like, her interaction with this guy could be looked at as a positive, right? Because, and let me explain, it could be a positive because this guy, if let's say he does have like a docile, I'm just gonna be completely stereotypical, but let's say he married a Filipino woman because maybe she was docile and reserved and isn't really gonna stand up to him so much and is gonna just kind of follow him. So he's used to women being one of two things, that type of docile type women, or the opposite, the sort of shrill, harpy, like like just awful. You don't want to talk with them. You don't want to deal with them. So in his existence, women only exist in the one or two categories, and neither one of those women present themselves as equals or human beings to him. You know. So what's interesting is, so if he runs into my wife today, she's watching something interesting. She's watching something that is very thought-provoking and something that is interesting to him. And for even if it's just a split second, yeah. Do you want a banger? Yes. Yes, he's a man. He's straight. I think it's ridiculous to the guys that say, oh, I have a pretty wife, but you better not think about banging her. I'm like, man, we got the same hardware up here. Like, like you see something, you're like, yeah, I'm gonna, yeah. You know what I mean? The Derry Terry's all the tiny, like, yeah, it's completely ridiculous to expect a straight man to not find an attractive woman attractive. It's stupid. But that's not what I'm getting at. What I'm getting at was he saw an opportunity to flirt with somebody. But at the same time, he saw this third type of woman, a woman that can actually that he can actually see as a person, as like a sovereign being with their own thoughts and their own opinions, and that can stand on their own 2 feet. And it's attractive. You know what I mean? It's dope. It's dope in theory. Not dope like I'm gonna steal your wife or nothing. Not like that. But I told my wife, I'm like, he might have actually, for once in his life, met a woman that, oh my God, might actually present herself as an equal. That's crazy, right? Crazy shit. I don't know. That's where I'm going with it, though. I mean, I think it's crazy, but yeah. I can't get like a tiger stripe. I can't get a line sharp enough. I was hoping I could do some of this on the airbrush, but I can't. Now I'm gonna have to paint that in. Like you can cut a decent straight line. But it's too big, they're too big. Stripes are too big. You can't even make them out of stripes. No, you can't. They're too... I don't know, what do you guys think of that? Yeah, we can't really... Damn, that sucks. So I'm gonna have to come in and paint the stripes in. Alright. I'm painting the Godzilla-looking Rising Sun monster. Damn it, I need my Rising Sun. I gotta go check Cool Mini and see if mine has been shipped or what. Damn, I need it. I need it in my life. Hopefully it'll show up next week. Although, even if it does show up next week, I can't paint it because I have a Guild Ball commission that I gotta paint. But, I think, I don't know. Like, was this guy kind of trashy? Yes, the guy was kind of trashy. This story has all kinds of like good and bad to it, right? Yeah, the dude was trashy. Yeah, there's a lot to be analyzed there, but yeah, but it was good. She had a conversation with another person, and they were able to discuss, you know, political beliefs, sensitive political beliefs, and not kill each other, and not resort to name calling, and not do all the other shit that you see people doing in quote unquote polite society these days. Like, you can't have a civil discourse with somebody these days over stuff like that. You can't. There's too much sensitivity around the issues, and that's the worst part of it. That means that, to me, that means that they'll never be resolved. That's the way I see it. Like, those are never going to be resolved. I guess I'm going to have to... I'm touching up my dwarves for a game called The Witchborn. That sounds cool. God, there's too many cool things out now. I'm going to just stick to painting my cool tiger guy and be happy, people. Okay, so I'm going to put a little blue undertone to the armor. Trying to remember what my recipe was for this for that jade armor. I think it starts with blue. You sort of do blue in the deepest parts like that. Oops, I didn't even paint his tail. Tail! So if you're just joining us, welcome to Play Painted Live. Let us know what you're painting and what you should be painting. Tonight we're painting Huren. Huren from Wrath of Kings Celestials. He's a rank 2 leader for that army. And he's freaking awesome, as you can see. I'm color blocking for the Celestial Jade armor that I like to do. Ooh, a little clog there. It's pretty damn funky, right? The soundtrack? You know, I think I'm gonna do the clothing kind of blue. Yeah. I'm gonna do the clothing kind of blue underneath the jade. Right? Might as well. Because the clothing, because the armor is gonna be jade, so I can leave the clothing blue. So I could actually do like all of this blue. Yeah, which I will. So tiny, little fox mans. Yeah, can't wait to do another episode painting with my boy. I know he's looking forward to it too. I also want to get in some board gaming with him on stream. I think it'll be fun. Okay, so now let's do, let's just do this. Whoa. You guys have any questions or anything? Alright. I'm almost done with the airbrushing. Once I'm done with the airbrushing, I'll open up the voice chat. So if you're on Discord, hit me up if you want to hop on Discord and maybe do some discussion there. It is a feature that I'm trying to reserve for subscriptions, but, sometimes we just open it up. Because I'm a good guy like that, Yeah, I did have a clog there in that airbrush there for a minute. Alright, let's do, I'm going to put a little bit of that mud brown back so I could do the tail. And then we're going to go back to painting this jade armor. Yeah. Yes? Jace? Jace. Anything else? There we go. That's not a knife. I don't know why I turned Australian all of a sudden. There we go. Alright, so now we're going to work on the jade armor. This is where we start getting into a few different colors here. That's the one thing that's taking, the reason why these Celestials are taking longer than they normally do is because of my jade armor pattern. And let me see if I can actually find the color that I need. So if you're just joining us, welcome to Play Painted Live. Let us know what you're painting, what you should be painting tonight. Why do I sound like a damn talk show? Tonight I'm painting Wrath of Kings Celestials. Like, word? It's really not here? It's right here. It's right here. Okay, so I'm using this light blue, and I'm going to start to use this to kind of get that blue, like that blue-green effect on the armor. On the armor. So you see how we do there? So it is going more towards green. Yeah? Chat fell quiet because I don't know. Are you guys absorbing my amazing story, or you're just waiting for me to turn the airbrush off? Which is it? Could be either. Could be both. Alright. So now we need, now we're going to go back with turquoise ink. I know this is weird, but you got to have like a blue undertone, and then you got to shade with turquoise, and then you come back with white. You guys just trust me on this. Because this is how it works. This is how you do that style armor. Because right now, it looks all washed out, right? So now you go turquoise ink. Oh, you're airbrushing also. Okay, cool. Alright, so here we go. I think we've got a little too much soul going on. We're gonna go over to let's go. Let's do this. Let's do this. Chill it out a little bit first. Then we'll get back into it. Alright. And this is going to give us some... I'm going to be a little bit deliberate about where this is going. But you can see where it's going now. Like, I'm giving it like a green hue. Like, this is where like the jade hue comes in. And you do this kind of sparingly.
I just wanted to tell you, I know you wanted me to
Whoa. Screwed that up a little bit. It's okay. right? We gotta fix that little ear there, but we could fix that. That's not too bad. It's tough typing with a paintbrush in hand, for sure. I hear ya. Alright. Okay. Almost done with the airbrushing, people. You just have to touch up one little thing on Hu-Ren, and then we do the white, and then we're done with the airbrushing, and then we just move on to the painting of the things. I'm not 100% sold on the blue clothing. I don't know. I might... I'm tempted to take it all the way up, all the way up to white, which would be kind of cool. In fact, I'm sorry, I do have a couple things I need to do. Because those things, those emblems there need to be, those need to be gold, as does the hilt. So I need to hit those with, a different color, as does a lot of stuff on this guy. So let's do, I'm gonna do a sepia ink, or brown ink actually, I should say. I'm gonna do brown ink on those areas. So here we go. I think he's looking pretty cool so far. We'll see. I mean, that's not the brown ink. Not again. I always lose the brown ink. I had the brown ink up here last night. Where'd it go? There it is. And I'm just gonna shoot the brown ink on. It's gonna serve as the kind of the shadow component to the non-metallic gold. It's just gonna sit right here on the backpack there. I use it on the staff. Alright. Is that it? Yeah, I don't like that blue. I don't like the blue as the clothing. I don't. I think it should be white. Should totally be white. We're gonna get there. We're gonna make that happen. That's gonna be a thing. But first, I'm gonna finish the little gold bits. I do not like it. I do not. Oops. Get the cat. I like my super quick non-metallic gold. It's like super quick. All right. And now, yeah, let's bring that shit up to white, man. And we'll just leave the blue undertone. It'll be cool with the blue undertone, but it doesn't have to be blue. I just think that the blue is wrong. I don't think it should be that color. I need like a light blue. I should use black. Blark, blark, blark. I'll use this steel gray. Let's try it. Should work. Yeah. It's a very blue gray. Yeah. Look at that color. That's what we want. There we go. There, that gives it a more, definitely a more winter theme. Yeah. Okay. Let's change his outfit too a little bit. That's better. Like, that's already better. I don't even have to take it all the way up to white. Even though I will right now. Alright. Okay. Last color going through. And then we can turn this thing off. And we can tack. We can do tacky tacks. Ah! Alright. Alright, so here we go. Alright, so, alright, so now we're going to make a white glaze using dead white. I'm almost out of glaze medium. I forgot to go to CQ today and pick up some, but I think we'll make it. And glaze medium is just going to kind of help soften the blow here. It's going to kind of help this stuff apply a little more smoothly. And I'm going to add just a little bit of airbrush thinner to this, just to help the whole process. Okay, ready? So the idea is you don't really want a powdery white, but you want to be able to kind of build up lines of it. There you go. I do not like it. I do not. Oh damn, I love this song. So I'm just doing some highlighting there. Right? You can even do a little bit on the gold. Yeah, just to bring out that color. You can do a little white here along the sides of the tigers. Like, you know, the edge of the fur, in other words. So we're just building that contrast. Pretty dope. They're great. Pretty dope. Whoa. I freaking love this song. So damn good. Okay. He looks pretty dope. Well, I didn't even finish the stupid lion guy yet. I mean the tiger guy yet. Because I need to highlight all this too. Pretty rad. Pretty rad. Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Looking pretty good. He looks like he's going fishing. I will fish. Okay. Let's. I think we're done with the airbrushing part. So now we're just gonna go to the painting paints. Oh, actually, there is one more thing I can airbrush. Is one last thing. And that is, I just gotta get the dirt on the bases. That's all we gotta do. It was just here. There it is. Not sure what color to make the dinosaur's spines. What color is the main body of the dinosaur? Stuff like spines on minis are I love because you could do so many cool like color transitions on them. I mean, you could go nuts with something like that. It's like a hunter green. Oh, that would be cool. Because then, you know what I would do is I would bring that green up and then fade it into purple. Because I'm a purple pink. Because I don't know. I just think it draws your eye to that kind of stuff, and I think it's really cool. But that's just me. I blocked in a tannish brown. Nice. Okay. Time to turn this mess off. Take a 2-second break here. Drinking harmless coconut water. Hey, you guys remember when I used to drink sake on stream? I still love my sake. Ah, it's nice. I don't know why, but I love coconut water right now. I mean, if Jose gets on and starts telling me sad stories, I'll break out the sake. I will do that. If Jose gets on and tells me he's been hit by a meteorite and, you know, somebody kicked his dog and sadness, I will break out the sake and I will drink the sake. I will do that. So hashtag don't die Jose. Alright. Okay. I promised you guys we were gonna hop on Discord, and I am on the Play It Painted server, and we'll hop in here. Alright. So there we go. Okay. You mean like 2 weeks ago? I know, I was, yeah. Jose, okay, so here's my, if you wanted to, if you want to friend me on Discord, there is my Discord thingamabob. Now we're going to do this. Just break out the wet palette. And we're going to do some wet palette painting. Yeah, no worries. I mean, it's just open. We don't really have a topic or anything to discuss tonight. Unless you want to talk about, like, what it means Like, she was really analyzing, like, what did this guy really want from her? And I was like, well, he wanted to bang, first and foremost, but, I mean, there is another aspect to it, right? Like, he was interested in who she was following and what she had, um, what she had ascertained as far as her own beliefs and that kind of stuff. When you're in that situation like she was, you can bring your husband up a half dozen times, which she did, but a conversation is a conversation, and she wasn't flirting with the guy, she was just engaging with him. But a lot of guys just kind of, and I know I'm guilty of this at times, like they just kind of read any of those interactions like, oh, well, we were clearly flirting with each other. But that's not, even in that, it still doesn't, I don't know. That kind of stuff just doesn't bother me much. Like, full disclosure, my wife flirts with people, I flirt with people. That's the thing, like, it doesn't really, it doesn't really amount to anything. And it shouldn't, in my opinion. It shouldn't amount to much. So now I'm gonna paint stripes in. You can't figure it out. Aw, man. I like, if I'm going green, and if it's like an olive green, I like to sharpen it up to like a white. So like, here. So like, if I'm going like a green like that, right? Then I would go, it's always hard for me to do this because my paints are so out of order. But I would bring it up like scorpion green, and then I would bring it up to something crazy. Like I would go up to verdigris, and then I would start fading it into this color. Hey, what's up, Blade Wolf, man? Welcome to the feed. Right? So I would go like that. I would go like that, and then on the extreme end, I would force it all the way over to, if I needed to, I'd force it over to like a Warlock purple or something like that. That's just me. But I would do that, it would be such a subtle fade that it shouldn't stick out. It shouldn't look like Rainbow Bright or nothing like that. I don't know. Hope that helps. That's just my suggestion. That's what I would do. But I do realize, like, my painting style and my color schemes and stuff are probably a little bit different than... Why does he have a blue hand? It bothers me. Why does he have a blue hand? Son of a whore. Son of a whore. Hold on. Oh, you're not that talented with airbrush. Sorry, dude. Okay, well, you could stay in a more natural tone. You could go like fade that green into a yellow, and that's easier to do without an airbrush. That's easier, you know, it just depends on it depends on really like how many layers you want to do and how striking do you want that particular feature to be. Like, how are you hoping to draw people's eyes to that feature? That's a big question, right? Oh no, Yarrow hand. Oh no. Yeah, it's too Yarrow. It's okay, we'll fix this. We will fix all of this.
Nothing has been done that cannot be undone.
No. What's up, Mark? I like the purple.
I'm
Yeah.
not safe.
Hey, what's up, man? So we are gonna paint in some straps. Whoa. I should have started them monkeys too.
You should be filled on
Ooh.
the monkeys.
Nasty.
They're monkeys.
Nasty mold line right there. Don't like. I just don't, you know, with Celestials, I kind of see them as like an all or none deal, and you should, if you're gonna field strength like that, field, like, go with Huren. Like, don't settle for the little monkey guy. The little monkey guy's not bad, that said. Let me finish painting these stripes and we can look at his stats and see if that's, you know, if we think it's a good idea or not.
My vote is for it being a good idea on the sole basis of he a monkey.
Yeah, I agree with that. I just don't have the time to paint 3 monkeys tonight.
Yeah. Plus, the tiger is a strong argument.
Yeah, like, I love tigers. I don't know if people know that, but I love tigers. They're my favorite of all the cats. And so I decided, you know, I don't really like rank 2 leaders, but I do want to field this tiger. Like, it is a big deal for me to do that.
Using metallics on this commission just feels dirty.
You're dirty?
No, I'm using metallics because that's what the commissioner specifically requested. And
Oh,
it just
yeah,
feels
yeah.
dirty.
Yeah, I have some people that specifically want metallic, like true metallics. And that's the only reason why I keep metallics, is because I know, like, some people still want that. Ooh, he does have this annoying gap right there. Pretty dope. Starting to like him quite a bit now. He's starting to come into his awesome tigerness before our very eyes.
Sure, he'll look great.
Ha ha.
So funny. Fine.
Okay, so yeah, it's looking pretty good.
It's a different
And then he has these weird, like, cable things here. We'll paint those black. There we go. This song kind of drives me insane. Alright. And I am going to need to do an edge highlight on most of this model to make him kind of stand out a little bit. Because he is a leader. He should actually look like a leader.
True. True fact.
Okay. By the way, Paint Day is February 25th at Comic Quest. For those of you interested in attending local day with myself, doing the painty paints. Basically just me priming a bunch of shit for people and occasionally teaching somebody how to paint. But you know, you guys already know how to paint, so you would just come and hang out. But it's always a good time. So I am endorsing my own event. You should go do that.
I don't know why. I'm real bad.
Whoa.
Oh. You know what? I think I might have stopped right when I mentioned it.
What is that? What's causing that? Do I sound like a robot? Do I copy and paste that string? Yeah, you basically go, you know, search for friends, and then you put that in the search box, and then you can, then I should pull up, and then I'll probably get the request.
The roboting has stopped.
The robots. Oh.
Because you no longer sound like you're trying to talk to me on or trying to talk to Discord on a can of Campbell's chicken noodle soup.
That's good. Okay. That bottle of white is weird. Check out who ran. So you should paint this line here. Paint the edge here. Oh, because it's saying it isn't right. Okay. You might have to capitalize my name. Yeah, it's a capital F. Sorry. Here. Yeah, I can't hear you, Cobalt. Sorry, man.
Is your thing on deafen, Cobalt, at the bottom of the chat bar? hell are you doing?
What?
Cat.
I'm what? I'm just doing my thing. I'm sorry. Just painting a thing.
For once, I'm not making fun of you.
Oh. I'm just painting. I'm sorry.
I'm out here to have a good time, and I'm honestly feeling so attacked right now.
Alright.
Hello.
Hello. I heard somebody.
Allow.
Hello. Finally. Something's might be working.
What's up, man? Welcome to the feed.
I don't know if my mic's turned down too low or what the.
I mean, you sound fine now. Well, we can
Yeah.
hear you.
That's better.
Yeah, that worked. Oh, cool. Alright, let me go check the thing. Let me check the thing. Haha. So let's do that. And let's go here. And let's go one there. What was that? It was time. Oh, copy. And then I don't know. What was that? All right, so I'm gonna send you. Where'd it go? There we go. Okay. And here's the invite to the Discord server. Here you go. Alrighty. We got you covered. So you should have so Tiger, you should have the invite to this Discord server. And if you head over and hop into the on-air section, that's us talking right now. Jace?
That's a good.
That's normal.
Alright. Whoa. Whoa. Rah.
Whoa. The alien here?
Somebody's got their like their monitor on or something, or their PC on, and we're hearing the out.
Echo, you gotta the Twitch channel, just have it come through Discord.
Oh dang, I forgot to do. Alright. I gotta do. Okay. I gotta do little stripy stripes on the tail. Guy's pretty rad.
He is a tigre.
Alright. There we go. What's that?
It looks cool.
Okay. Oops. Okay. Getting there. Getting there. So now let's paint the foxes. Okay.
Test.
What's up?
Heard that test.
Yep.
Cool.
Welcome to the feed. All right. So now, just working on faxes. Faxes. Should paint their eyeballs in. We're doing pretty damn well. We're definitely gonna finish these guys tonight. This guy's so wobbly because he's on the one tippy toe.
Oh, like 99% of night models is new stuff.
Yeah. And a lot of Guild Ball models.
That's true.
Good look.
It does look rather cool. I'm just worried I'm gonna stick him in my foam case and then he's just gonna snap right off the minute I put him in there. Although I think I may have pinned him. I don't remember.
Speaking of a, Blade Wolf is painting a donkey. Is that a Guild Ball donkey? Blade Wolf? And
Painting
speaking
a
of Guild Ball,
donkey?
they, some site, I think it was, Steamforge, put out what the Rat Catchers team is going to look like.
Yeah, I saw a leaked. It was kind of a distant photo. It wasn't. The one I saw wasn't very detailed. Did you see one that was detailed?
It was, the thing that I saw was the full team.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw like a.
I mean, it was all, I should preface, it was a painted full team by, I think
Yeah.
Studio Gerald is.
Yeah, I saw that. But I saw a wide shot of it. I didn't see a close-up shot of it.
Yeah, let me see if I can find where I found the close-up shots.
The Falconers. Yeah, because he's right. I think Mark meant the Falconers because we saw the Rat Catchers. We all know what the Rat Catchers are gonna look like.
I didn't know the Falconeers were a thing.
Yeah, the Falconers are the other. They're a hunters minor guild. And they do look really damn cool.
Oh yeah.
Now if I can
Speaking
just
of
get
which-
this purple to work.
The purple?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, oh, so you are going to try the green to purple?
Yeah, I like that.
Cool. Yeah, hopefully that does work out.
I just need like a newbie transition from the spines to the body.
Oh, I hear you, yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's a way of just aiming the airbrush so that it does that. But if you're working with a large needle, then that can be really tough.
I just have a master set that I got on Amazon. That's where my airbrushes came from.
That's what I'm using.
Yeah, I saw your brush on the Twitch feed. I'm probably gonna pick that up.
Yeah, it's nice. Just it comes with the 0.3 installed, and I just swap it out and put the 0.2 in. Because I use the 0.2 for just about everything. I wonder what the Masons will get. I don't know. We should be getting a sub-guild, right? We should be getting a minor... I'm down for that. Maybe they'll be the miners. Maybe they'll just be a bunch of like dudes with pickaxes. That'd be dope. What would be cool is if they were miners and they were a sub-guild of the Masons and the Blacksmiths. That would be pretty dope. Because then I would have to buy Blacksmiths as well.
Although I think it'd be cool if the blacksmiths got like leather workers.
Oh, so they got like tailors or something?
Yeah.
Should I do... Okay, here's the part where if I screw it up, I screw up the entire model. I need to have a glaze. I need to have an ink glaze that's gonna work on this. And I could either go brown or I could go sepia or I could go lighter. I think I'm gonna go brown ink glaze, and I think this should work. Damn.
What about a blue glaze?
You mean over the fur?
Over the armor.
Oh no, I'm talking over the fur. Over the armor, I could do a turquoise glaze, because it's got to match. The armor's got to match this. Like the armor's got to be, and it does currently. So I think we're good there. I just have to.
You can mix it with a little bit of orange.
I could. If I'm worried that it's too dark. Let's mix it up and see what it looks like. Whoa!
Sorry.
Someone hissing at me. That's okay. Alright. So
You gotta warn me. I live in the desert, man. It's entirely possible that a snake just decided to break into my house.
that's a good color. That is a good color. Okay. So we'll try it here in a less conspicuous area. Ooh, that's nice. Yeah. That's cool. Alright. Alright, and here we go. Oh damn, once this song comes on, that means this feed will not... This feed would get blocked on YouTube. No wait, no, let's try it, I don't care. Tired of YouTube telling me what I can't do.
What song is it?
It's like a remastered Wham song, the Last Christmas song. And so YouTube will easily identify that.
YouTube and its stupid song.
YouTube and its YouTube-ness. Wish they had more of the minor guilds up for knowledge. But just hang out on GB Scrum and wait for them to update on Scrum. I think they have some of the rat catchers on Scrum right now.
Yeah, they have two of the rat catchers. They have the chick with the kind of like Marge Simpson-y hair, and the dude with the twin fork thing.
I like that description that she has the Marge Simpson-y hair. That's pretty awesome.
I forgot her name, and I would just look at her.
Her name was like Pelage or something, right? Pillage. It was like Pillage, but it was like a fancy way of saying it, like Pelage.
Pelage.
Yeah. Pelage. Oh, we're gonna go watch the fight at the Pelagio.
What I want them to do is I want them to start putting the beta cards on Scrum, but have it be like its own section. So if you wanted to, you could beta test shit.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, it's Pelage and Skulk. Those are the two that are on GB Scrum. I like Pelage because she has a rat skull in her hair.
That model is pretty damn cool.
Yeah, they look a bit like they're gonna play like Fish too, which has me doubly interested.
So I'm not really sure, like, what makes them a minor guild? Are they saying that, is it just that you can take any of them in the major guild if
Yeah.
you choose? That's all
Yeah, you
that
can
means,
take-
right?
Yeah, I was messing around with the team builder, and in a Mortician's guild, you could take Pelage or Skulk, but in a Rat Catcher's guild, Rat Catcher's proper, you can only take Bonesaw and I think Graves too.
Okay.
It's one of the Graves.
Bonesaw.
So yeah, I have now. I need to buy that Bonesaw, which I've been meaning for a while. Yeah, that Grave.
Technically Vet Graves.
You could take Bonesaw and Vet Graves in a Rat Catcher's guild, but you could take any of the Rat Catchers in a Mortician's guild.
And for the purposes of rules, do they count as friendly guild models? When you take them in the...
I don't think the Scrum touches on that, but I think they would.
That's
'Cause I think
pretty
it's
hot.
like- I think that's the whole point of the sub-guild system,
Yeah. That makes sense.
is because they were also trying to phase out the
The Union.
Union,
Yeah.
where that's going lore-wise.
This guy's pretty rad. Blah, blah, blah. Alright. I need to make... Where'd I... Still want my coconut crab for fish. That's a great idea. Like, as the mascot, a coconut crab?
Oh yeah, that'd be amazing. Some kind of gigantic crab.
That's still, like, I'm still kicking myself. I should have sent even more money over to Wrath of Kings and built myself a Hadros army the way I wanted to build it. Because I wanted to build an army of all sharkmen and coconut crabs.
I want to build a. I don't know
That
if
would
it's
have been-
possible, but I want to build an all shellfish army of Hadros.
Hadros? I think it's possible. You'd only have like one troop type, but it's possible, I believe.
Yeah, but you have the two big crab crackers, and those are kind of amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I need to figure out a way to show you this to see if you think it's working all right.
Post it in the, take a picture of it and post it in the general chat.
Oh, you can do that on Twitch?
On Discord, you could do it.
Oh, can you?
Mm-hmm. That's not... It's not. thing. Whoa.
Ew, why is this brown so thin?
What?
Just trying to use a muddy brown and it comes out like water.
Get more.
Yeah. Will you post it?
I'm still trying to figure it out.
Okay, no worries.
I'm taking pictures with my phone. Now I got to figure out how to get it to my laptop.
Oh. If you had the Discord on your if you had the Discord app on your phone, then you could just post directly from your phone.
Well, maybe I'll figure that one out then.
Which is kind of how I interface with Discord. Most of the time is I just shit post from my phone most of the time. And a lot of it's just arguing with Jose, so you'll see a lot of that.
I mean, that's usually how I treat my Facebook page. A vector for getting phone photos from my phone over to my computer or vice versa.
Oh, I thought you also argue with Jose on Facebook, but Jose's not on Facebook.
Yeah. If I did, it would just require some kind of bizarre third world magic.
Has to be third world magic. It's like two guys in a fisherman boat making sure your Facebook works.
I mean, that
Like you give them like a pack of cigarettes and like a T-shirt with like Pamela Anderson on it, and they make that shit work out for you.
I mean, that's pretty much
That's
how magic.
that's
in
how
the-
most.
That's how magic in the Fisherman's Guild works. You
That's
have to hag like a phone, not even a new phone, just like an old cell phone, a couple of shirts with
Yeah.
like, John Depp on them.
That's how third world magic would work. It's a pack of cigarettes and a picture of Pamela Anderson.
But don't forget the satellite uplink. You know those metal pipe lights?
And sometimes they ask for satellite phones, and you don't know why, because they don't know how to use them. They never use them. They just put them on a shelf.
There, I figured it out.
You got it? Cool.
Yep.
Alright, I'll come check it out here in a minute. Let's see. Oh, wait. It hasn't shown up yet. Okay,
I wasn't
I
gonna
will,
wait.
I will keep painting until it does. Jose's gone into like list tweaking now for Wrath of Kings. He's trying to figure out. He's trying to find the broken things to Jose all over it.
Yeah. You guys trying to find the Jose.
He intends to Jose on it.
Phrasing.
But I mean, like, there already is kind of, I don't know, Wrath of Kings is loaded with ridiculous shit, but luckily everybody has ridiculous shit. That's kind of how it balances.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm just not happy with that gold that's on there. It's not right. I wonder where why everyone else's grandma is better than mine. It's a good point. Why the hell is everyone else's grandma so good at Guild Ball? Who the hell is teaching all these grandmas to be good at it?
Can anybody else see the photos?
Let's see.
Oh, you posted it in the announcements section.
Oh,
Oh, that looks cool.
Oh, nice. I like it. Yeah, the purple's nice. It really stands out, and you can highlight it. And
I like how it looks with the green too.
yep. Yeah, it's a really nice color combination.
yeah. I tried to like barely press it so the paint was coming out on the sides close to the green, so it could maybe look like it was transitioning a little. I don't
Kind
know.
of blending in. Yeah. It's that I'm trying to see the transition on the photo. It looks good to me. I can't really zoom in too much on that, but it does look good. There we go. That's starting to look more like. Now I need actual I need like. Where'd that Iraqi sand go?
Beside your brown ink.
You look at farmers and blacksmiths, their grandmas are mean. It's true. Boy, Hag is pretty mean. I don't know. At least you have grandmas on your team. Masons don't have a grandma yet.
Maybe that was originally going to be a veteran honor.
Really, really veteran honor.
Yeah, that'd actually be seasoned honor.
I
Grandma
did see a,
football.
I did see like at one point I thought they were gonna like put honor on a team, but I don't know. I could have just been imagining that.
Maybe they'll have a full grandma squad.
That's the Fisherman minor league guild, like the storytellers.
If honor does end up like having a model in farmers, then I guess I will automatically become a farmers player.
If they're gonna give her a new model, it would make sense for it to be a farmer's
Yeah.
model, considering.
Yeah, like if they ever do that, then I guess that's gonna be my team, and I'm gonna end up selling my alchemist team or something. My poor alchemist. Don't sell us again for the 5th time.
And then you'll sell farmers at some point and buy alchemists again.
Probably. This is the season that I play alchemist again.
That's just the law of Octave.
I still, yeah, because I love Alchemist, and then I play a couple games with them. I'm like, I'm not playing Alchemist no more, and then come back again next season. Here we go, Alchemist is my team, and then sell them again.
I'll start playing alchemists again if they make Mithril again.
If they make her playable again.
Yeah. Hashtag make Vitriol great again.
She is embarrassingly bad. She is the new Harmony. Like, Harmony was like worse than a mascot in the first season. She was awful.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I mean, you still had that Link play that you could break out maybe once per game. and get some cool mileage out of that. But she was not. She was not good.
She was neck. It's like I could tell that they tried to make her
But-
good, but she relies on so many other pieces that it's like, why are you even here?
Yeah, and yeah, she's very much in the same boat Harmony was. They even almost have the same stats. And so like, yeah, I struggled to justify her on the team. If I didn't have like, I mean, if I had a limited edition Mist model, then Vitriol would not be on my team right now.
Yep.
I would just field that LE Mist, which I've owned like 5 of them at one point, and I've given away every single one I've had.
What, bud? Why are you angry?
So, yeah.
That's kind of where I'm at with veteran here, and actually in my Hunter's Guild. I can see why he'd be good, but I don't know. Just that.
He does not. He does not.
It's like the idea of using hang on. The idea of using momentum instead of influence to do character plays while you're near him is nice, but that team already chews up so much momentum that it's a bit like you never really get to use it.
Yeah, I agree with that. They have a hard time. They have a hard time keeping momentum. You know, Skatha gives them, you know, that ability to gain some momentum off the ball, because off the ball they are like worse than engineers at trying to generate momentum. But now they can generate momentum, but they burn it all up pretty quick.
Yeah. The thing is, with that ball, with the snowball, it's only active during Skatha's turn.
Yeah,
And
you
if you're
only get
using it-
the one momentum off of it, really.
Yeah, and if you're playing Skatha, chances are you're using that because she needs to get somewhere. So it's not even. It's a not. It is not. It is not something you can really.
It's essentially
rely on.
it's essentially a 2 influence for a momentum and or a dodge.
Yeah.
That's essentially what you're buying with that ability. And it's not good all the time, but it can actually help you.
Yeah, it's helpful. It's helped me in a couple of our games, but if you're relying on it to stack influence, you're playing the wrong. That's not the way you play Skatha.
You playing the Rang team.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Blade Wolf. I think Skatha is at least playing against Skatha with Mark. I think she's a pretty damn good captain.
She's a real good captain, and the Minx and Ulfer two-touch attack is fucking amazing. That's a whole lot better than I thought it would turn out to be.
Mhm.
I think they both fucked up. I think it was Spigot. I fucked up somebody from the Brewers, and killing a Brewer alone is a bit of a miracle.
Yeah.
Urn and Cena is probably a good combo, but if you're running Skatha, I think that Cena is a bit too much of a gamble.
Okay.
Or if you're running Sienna, you have to rely on her too much.
Okay.
So that Scott ends up not being able to do everything that she should be doing. Not to say that she's a bad choice, but what I throw in instead of bed here? Got it. I guess I throw Egret back in.
I just like that model.
That is a nice model. Or maybe Jakar.
Jakar is freaking awesome.
Yeah, I think Jakar would do a better job at
He's
what
mhm.
he's supposed to than that Kieran.
That is a really cool model. And I like Jakar's rules. I'm gonna
Yeah.
have to paint a I gotta paint another Hunters team here pretty soon, so it'll be
For
cool.
commission or fun?
Yeah. Commission.
With Rat Catchers coming out, I think I saw the rumor was the rumor was the March 26th. I'm gonna start playing Morticians again.
Yeah.
Also because I kind of miss playing Scalpel and want to see if I can finally put the work in to get good at her.
Yeah, you're the only person I know that runs Scalpel. And I think she's freaking awesome.
Scalpel
is
is
just-
amazing.
She's just not a popular captain, but she seems like
Well, if you stack them up, I think Obulus can still once you figure out what they do, I think Obulus still does it a little bit better.
yeah.
But I don't know. I don't really care for Obulus's current model. And I love the idea of having a killer Morticians set up.
Yeah. Yeah, I think if I were to play Morticians, I'd love the idea of playing Scalpel, but I would probably find Obulus to be more suited to the playstyle I'm expecting.
Yeah, I'd say my other the other reason I don't want to play Obulus is because then I'd just be playing Shark, and I already play Shark.
Okay.
Like, why? I don't really need two Shark teams from different guilds.
True. But you
I
also
say that,
play Vet
but-
Brisket.
Yeah,
Or Seasoned Brisket. And that's kind of like playing another Shark.
yeah, but I don't play Seasoned Brisket.
It's true.
I have the model, but I haven't played her. I almost did, but then I got the Hag and started playing that team like obsessively.
Yeah.
Shit, she has Slippery now? Nice. Scalpel does.
Yeah. The Morticians are so quiet. Like, you just don't see them anymore. And you used to, season 1, everybody and their mom played Morticians. Because that was like, Obulus and Midas would end up being top table every freaking tournament. Like, that was clear that those two guys needed some rebalancing.
Yeah, I was about to say, everybody played Morticians because Obulus was broken as shit.
Mhm. And then obviously Midas had way too many things, like way too many tools. But they nerfed both characters. I think Obulus got away a little more a little more intact than Midas did, but deservedly so. Like Midas needed a lot of readjusting. And I
Yeah,
think
that
he's
is
in the I think Midas is in a good spot right now. I think the issue Midas is having is that he doesn't have a good team anymore that's backing him. He doesn't have, like, losing Vitriol and effectively losing Harry. That's crippling.
Is Barry is Barry not Alchemists anymore?
Well, fact that Harry is we lost the campaign to the engineers. So I think you can still take Harry, I think. I don't know.
Huh. That's weird because last time we talked about it, Alchemists were winning, weren't they?
They were winning for most of the campaign, and then in the final weeks, people just jumped on the engineers like, nah, let's let the engineers win. Because I was actually I logged a couple of Alchemist games, and I was like, oh, we're ahead. I want to start logging Masons games because Masons were behind the entire campaign. So I was logging Masons games, and then, then at the end of it, like the last week, they flip-flopped on the engineers and Alchemists. So like
I know Mortician's got, what's her name? The witch.
Yeah. They got what's her name? Hemlock.
Yeah. But in return for that, Minx is getting a vet hunter skin, which I called, by the way.
Yeah, that's pretty rad. Yeah, I think once people saw the new model, everyone said, nah. Oh, because they wanted they wanted the young girl with the hat to be an engineer model rather than the alchemist version of the model. Same with the Masons model. Even Masons players were like, that Masons Decimate does not look nearly as cool as the Brewers one. They didn't like her hat.
I say that I'm a little bit disappointed that Gutter went to the Butcher's Guild, but not terribly.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think that we haven't seen rules from her, but I think that if she went to Fisher's, she would still bring her stabby style, and that style only really works if you're playing Corsair.
Mm-hmm.
Which is fine, but that's not. I don't want to play Corsair. I want to play the Handsome Man.
Handsome Hands. Alrighty, well, with that, I am done with the 3 models. And I think we're going to call it here. And I'm going to get some sleep and see who's around tomorrow for a game. Because I think all I got to do is seal these up. I'm going to seal these, and I actually will have a Celestial army to play. It's going to be pretty rad.
I
Alright.
will not be down there tomorrow.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't, in fact, I wouldn't recommend, because I'm probably going to be done early. So probably not worth the trip all the way down here. So I'm just going to try to get somebody down like top of the morning and play a game of Wrath of Kings with me, and then head back and watch the Super Bowl. So alrighty, so we'll leave it here for a couple of minutes. If you guys have any questions or comments, let me know. But yeah, here's what we're looking at for tonight. We did Huren, and we did 2 of these Celestial Tricksters, and that's gonna go great with my elephants and pandas This army is amazing. Pandas, elephants, and of course, boop, don't break them. Snackmans. You have snacks, and they all have that like jade armor. So snacks, panda.
That's kind of making me want it. Want to run a celestial army.
Oh, it's so cool.
Maybe
I don't know if
finish.
they're any good, but they're gonna be so cool looking.
I know that the next I buy after Wolfman, the Vampire's army.
Yeah.
Got to run Team Edward and Team Jacob.
Nice. All right, everybody. So with that, I'm going to call the stream to a close. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. Good night, everyone.
Later.